this is Edda here for another Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Here with me is Nightshade.
We're going to court.
Oh boy, are we going to court? Oh wait, we have to save, don't we? Did I save?
I thought you saved.
If not, we're gonna put it right
No,
here.
I guess you did not.
I'll put it right here. Okay, so.
Part 2-1, trial.
Alright, let's do this. Oh boy!
June 21, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor?
This man had a relationship?
Right? He breed? Manfred Von Karma is a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection.
Perfect.
He had a perfect record for 40 long years, and then
Damn
I
straight.
did him.
You sure goddamn did.
Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he's used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
Perfect.
No. It's no good. Oh man, she could have said it's no use. Mystic Maya? Pearly! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way.
I was really worried about you.
Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together?
Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks.
Huh? Then you came all by yourself?
Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
Oh, of course not. I ran.
I can't. Oh my. It takes 2 hours by train. Oh man. Pearly, what about the train?
Huh? What's a train?
I give up.
It's time, isn't it?
I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma.
Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that?
He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Friend, you say? I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot. You don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean?
Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom.
Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway.
Nick.
June 21, 10 a.m.
Boyfriend like
District
that.
Court.
Didn't you, Maya?
Courtroom number 2.
Sorry, I cut you off.
He's dead.
Court is now in session for the trial of my affair. Are the prosecution and defense prepared? Oh, God. Oh, God. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright, Oh, God. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma. I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up on a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge.
And it whips out.
Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? Why does she have a whip? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking. Oh, snap. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Oh, yow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate. That is perfection. The defendant Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. Okay, what?
Get used to it.
10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... Defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Oh, her bow! Look at that bow! Oh my god! She's a female Edward!
I mean, they've been trained by the same person.
Very true. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Still, the fact that he's breed is still what shocks me the most. Witness, your name and occupation?
Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah!
Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. If everyone will please look at this map.
It's a map.
The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room.
What were they doing in there?
They were channeling a spirit, sir.
Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor.
Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down, rushed into the room.
Oh, and that's when they found out the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Oh, boy.
Floor plans added to the court record.
So how was the victim killed?
I was about to get to that.
Stop wasting my time, then.
Witness testimony, cause of death. Something like that.
Oh.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But, before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing.
So the victim was stabbed before being shot.
This is the victim's autopsy's report, sir. Autopsy report added to the court record.
The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
You may witness the question. Cross-examination, cause of death.
The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim's.
The victim. Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints?
Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya Faze, was also in the grip, sir.
So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
I walked right into her hands there. I guess we're gonna press all the statements. Point blank, huh? So how far away is that?
It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do
That's
you...
what I said.
I know, I'm just trying to think. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk, Mr. Wright. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of this foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Live and learn, and then get loves. Stabbed, and what was he stabbed with?
A fruit knife.
Fruit? I see. And whose knife was it?
Looks like it belongs to the Faze, sir.
Ooh.
And of course, Maya's face fingerprints are all over it.
All over
She
it.
loves them fruits.
This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? How severe was the wound?
If I had been half an inch more to the right, it will have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot?
Yup, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you've come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool who is fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot in the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then, which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain.
That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered.
I brought the two murder weapons with me today.
Very well. The court accepts them into evidence.
Doo-doo-doo. Doop-a-doop. The date and time of death is June 19th. She says 19th. Oh my god!
That's probably a outsider kind of thing.
She said 19th. I immediately love her.
That didn't take much.
At 3:15 p.m., eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justify a self-revenge? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision.
I mean...
Nope. We plead not guilty. If we plead justify self-defense, we'd basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor,
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
the defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Ah!
You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Detective!
Yes, sir.
Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike.
Yes, sir.
Now, see here, proceedings are run by... Yeek! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, Detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Oh boy, she's running the shots.
Witness testimony, incriminating evidence, just as I taught her. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this.
This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir.
I see. The court accepts this into evidence.
Oh shoot.
All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints of both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. That's
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Cross-examination, incriminating evidence.
okay. I think I need to press the blood. This blood on the costume.
Lab results show that it is the victim's blood.
So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Well...
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on.
Yes, Miss Ron Karma is perfectly correct.
Now even the judge is on her side. If I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Gee! I wonder. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? Because there's obviously something she doesn't want us to know. There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Oh! There's a hole on her sleeve. I just have look harder.
Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Oh, but poke a hole in it is what I need to do. Looks like it's my time. My time is up. So about the costume.
There's one little thing.
Your Honor, actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What?
What are you talking about, pal?
Where's this problem you're talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Right there. This?
Like a button.
Oh, I was like, what's the button? I'm pushing A. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here.
A hole? But that wasn't in the report.
Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
A hole that smells of gunpowder.
It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Updated.
Maya's costume updated to the court record. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony that just now was a fluke. Nothing more.
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the produce. What Prosecutor Von Garber has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Too much. Ow. Shoot. Now we found the hole.
The piece of evidence has been updated.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So I think I have to present. Where is it? There it is. I think I have to present this because the bullet hole is on her sleeve, which means she couldn't have shot the gun, the pistol. Why would the hole be on her sleeve? That would make no sense, which means he was attacking her with the gun. It was his gun, to be fair. Perhaps in a struggle? Yeah. That's what I think, at least. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes. I mean, you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right!
It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot a defendant, then it would change everything.
Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is with that? Are you finished yet, Lef?
Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
Miss Von Garber?
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remembered, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Eck!
Now that you...
Why, that's right.
Which means the defense is yet to prove anything at all. No!
Yes, that's true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we've acquired added in, of course.
Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Oh, great.
Witness testimony, what transpired. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
This scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright?
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
Oh boy.
Cross-examination, what transpired?
Okay. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength that it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Korean channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Korean channeling technique. Like I said before, I'm perfect.
About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get that. Now, never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Of course he doesn't understand it. Like, come on. But she knows. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Sorry.
Where in the world did that pistol come from? Didn't we already establish this?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
Of course, he wanted to murder the. Well, it's kind of weird to have to do something like that. But a handgun.
He got it off the black market about 2 days before.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something?
We also have to keep in mind that this Japanophonia where there's actually gun laws.
That's true. But still, it's the fact of why would you shoot? He had to shoot out of self-defense then.
I mean, considering it was kind of paranoid,
Well, like,
probably
see, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if he was paranoid that maybe
See, it's so hard to say. It's whatever that it's. We don't know what the spirit channel like person, the nurse. We don't know what the nurse did. We don't know if she, as from what we see, that she said that he murdered her. So the question is, did he really murder her, or is it a misunderstanding? And only the nurse is just thinking that, you know, just putting the fault to him, you know, probably because of what happened. We heard what the sister said. You know, she was overworked. She was, you know, she made a mistake, and she's putting blame onto him. Whether the fact that he killed her or not, we don't know. We just know that she was in a car accident, right?
All of these answers and many more in the next episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my god, dude! Like, seriously, this is too much. Where are we at? Did I press this one?
No, you did not press this one.
This one. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. The testimony certainly makes us look very bad, but there's got to be a contradiction in there somewhere, and uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Let me see. The two are fighting. The victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up the weapon and took the victim's gun and ended it. Well, wait a minute.
I'm still hyperventilating from that case.
Okay, one sec. Wait. I think I have to present this because it's the bullet hole that's the problem.
Go on.
Well, didn't they talk about the gunpowder burning? If it's burning, that means it was close. They were close at range for it, but...
I was hoping you will remember that.
So I think we have to present it, but I'm gonna assume it's... See, because he said they were too close, so that's why I'm... Let me present it. I think I got something right, because... Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
What do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume?
Gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. There's none.
Oh!
But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you think you can punch a hole in my logic like that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of that fight, the victim pushed the defendant away?
And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if there was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. Yeah, the victim would have not had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Oh, she's struggling. Well, then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Obviously, I have to say something doesn't make sense, right? There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor.
Fatal?
Yo!
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. Yet when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Oh, the folding screen. Right?
Tension music.
I think it has to be the folding screen because it's the only other reason why.
Go on.
See, it makes me think that someone was shooting from behind. It just happened to hit her shirt and went through. And that's why the gunpowder is on his forehead, because obviously it hit point blank on his forehead. It explains why the hole on the clothes is not full of gunpowder, because it went through.
It would work that way.
I'm pretty bad. This is a piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
I mean, you're right, but your explanation does not make sense.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm thinking You're right, it doesn't make sense. I'm thinking someone else is involved then.
Anyway, let Phoenix do the reasoning.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who? Where? What?
Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, was actually squatting low to the ground. Oh, that's right.
Order. This changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in the area, because remember, there was more than one shot. We heard the bang, what? 2? 3 times?
We heard 2 bangs. We heard 2 bangs.
It was 2 bangs, so yeah, so one missed.
So you still have now to put the location of Maya, according to that data.
Just right here?
Yeah, that sounds about
Right here?
accurate.
She was standing here near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you!
I believe it now has been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen.
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be at the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof, indeed. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the Oh no. Blast radius of disaster.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy slime? Ooh.
Detective,
How dare you damage my perfect logic?
How is it all my fault?
you can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later.
Uh-oh. Dock payment.
Punishment.
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Gotta be Lotta. Very
There's
well.
gotta be a lot of load.
That's a sitcom. Gotta be Lotta.
The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
Fudge.
And I am vacation.
Actually, I'm actually surprised we got through it all. Yeah. Alright, and in the next episode, we will continue the trial. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, she's a Von Karma. And she's German,
Yeah.
and I apologize for anyone that thinks my accent is horrible.
Greetings to Germany.
I do not, greetings from Germany, because I'm horrible. So I really apologize if anyone is offended. You're just gonna have to deal with the voice. I can only do so many female voices in this game. There's a lot of females in this game. It's so hard to make different inflections. Okay?
Well, the bad news is next episode is all you.
Oh boy. And there's a lot of
Get a lot of
accents.
Get a lot
I'm
of
gonna
water.
be like so confusing things. Alright. So this was Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, with me, Edo, and Nightshade.
I'm going to enjoy this.
And with that, we are out of here. Bye!